Nigerian singer Simi is back in the news. She's broken her silence following the resurfacing of old tweets that have sparked widespread social media criticism. Now, the backlash comes amid heightened online scrutiny following Simi's public stance against rape culture and the ongoing controversy surrounding the rape allegation involving Mirabel. Now, some of her old tweets were dug up and shared online, prompting heated discussions. And here are some of the tweets. Now, let's take the first one there. It says, okay, so this 4-year-old kid is lying next to me, practically almost kissing me because he's gazing into my phone. Blink, I'm not about to break the boy's heart. Let's see some more tweets there. Train a child up the way he should grow or force him to kiss you. Do we have any more tweets from Simi? Yes, the last one there reads, David has a crush on me. He keeps coming close, acting like he wants to lock lips, and then he puts his head on my lap. Should I give him a chance? P.S. He's 4. The last one there reads, why this 4-year-old boy trying to put hands inside my shirt? Ogbeni Washito. All right, then. Since then, she's come out to emphasize that the tweets were written, when she was 23 and hustling her music career while helping out at her mother's daycare. She says that they were innocent reflections of daily life rather than anything perverse. She stressed that her words had been twisted to fit false narratives and that she had never been depraved in her life. She also addressed how her fame now exposes her past actions to broad interpretation, explaining that she never intended to hide her personality or the fact that she was a young woman expressing herself openly. Now, people have, of course, reacted to those tweets. Let's take some reactions. There's one there from Daniel Rega. He basically says Simi could have easily owned up to her mistakes and taking serious accountability, but instead tried to downplay the whole thing with the I adore children card. No, what she did was perversion and there's no way around it. That's what we're going to take from there. Let's move on to another story that is still connected to this. Now,
I think there are reactions from people. Like, and I'll actually try to talking about Timi's tweet. So if I have some reactions, I'll pull up before we go on to the next story and talk about it in the studio. So the first reaction on this story is also a tweet. And this person says, actually a long one, saying, Simi, I apologize for Christ's sake. I feel ashamed writing this, but I will still drop it anyways. For once, I tried standing in for my gender after being called pick me for many times. I tried so hard to see the other side, but oh no, some of y'all keep disappointing. Simi, this is not about you being just a girl, for heaven's sake. This is not you standing in your words and what you said. You clearly shifted attention when it was not needed. Let's go on to the next tweet. On this says, Simi files greater than the Epstein files. And the tweet says, every parent or in mommy Simi's daycare at this time should start asking questions. By the way, this bros warned her. He logged in tomorrow to see 1,000 notification. He go, they wonder who he offended. There was a guy that warned her about a tweet back in 2012. Then this guy goes straight, protect the boy child from Simi. I think we have one more tweet on this. Says, people are making it look like Simi made those tweets when she was a kid or a teenager. Ufugo and adult making pedophilia tweets and sexualizing another man, but let's excuse her because she's a woman. Then let's go on to the next, because I mean, when people were dragging her, they brought up Adekunle Gold.
Well,
so
Adekunle Gold was also slammed for his own past tweets, which was dug up in relation with his wife's perverse tweets. Now, let's take a look at some of those tweets. Stop closing your legs when you sit, girls. I hate it.
Back in 2013.
Yeah. 40 what?
He was responding to a girl called Shalewa Ashafa saying, Zooms Avi, I must see your pant.
Wow.
The next tweet says, I love girls that are vulnerable, very defenseless. They have an awe effect on me. I think this is the last tweet. Okay, this is another one. I'd say it again. Those girls that sit with their legs closed, that's the his sign. So these are
it's not looking good. I know when they say what God has put together, let no man put asunder. When they say they are one, in this situation they really are one. And I sat here last week, and for me, Simi was voicing out the frustration that a lot of rape victims, rape victims are not able to go out and tell their own side of the story. But now it's just taking a really ugly turn. And I agree, one of the first tweets there where I feel that she should have just come out to apologize. This is wrong. This is completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we know that once you have offended the streets of social media, they are relentless in getting you back. They will do anything.
Tweets?
And look at what happened to the Paystack co-founder in 2025 when his old tweets were pulled up for misconduct and all these things. They removed him from the company. So lots of people are calling for action to be taken against Simi, because if somebody like Ezra can be taken out of a company that he helped found and create years after these tweets, then something should also
Ezra was even done by, someone that was very close to him. She opened the can of worms.
Yeah. So really and truly, yes, I don't know how this case is going to close for Simi. It's a bit of a tricky one. Now her husband is being dragged into it as well, and it just goes to show that maybe people should invest in a diary. Maybe you shouldn't put your deepest online is forever. Social media is forever. As soon as you press send, there's somebody screenshotting it somewhere.
I don't even have a diary out of the fear that somebody is going to read my diary. Talking
of
me now going to put it on social media on Elon Musk. Okay, it was not Elon Musk's ex then, but
it was Jack, right?
Yeah. It was still
digital footprints is a mad thing. Okay, so let me just start from how this story started. How did this story start? Now, a false rape, story concerning a young woman called Mirabel, and the heat of that moment, a lot of people got emotional, which is kind of understandable due to delicate and disturbing nature of news around rape. Now, a report by the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics that was released back in 2024 says number of women who were victims of rape in Nigeria increased from 48% in 2021 to 65% in 2022. Now, this shows how delicate this issue in general is. So the Simi and what went wrong, around Simi's response. Now, the singer who got emotional during that online conversation called out men about not holding the agenda accountable. Now, further doubling down, saying, in quote, "You can't think it's okay to shut people up from speaking up about assault because some people lie," which is actually valid. Eventually, when Mirabel's story was confirmed to be a fabrication, people pointed at Simi to apologize, but obviously fell on deaf ears. She went on to even shut people up, which, the tweets are out there on social media. Now, within social media and the mob, when they take over, they dug up her old tweets of her sexualizing kids that were enrolled in her mother's daycare. Now, referencing these kids that were as little as 4 years old. And all of a sudden, she now has an explanation about how she was 23 years old at the time and was trying to hustle her music. And she tweeted everything that was happening in her life at the time. Now, nothing was from perversion, according to her, that she loved kids. Now, bear in mind, she was 23 years old at the time, a university graduate, and was fully aware of her actions. So ignorance at this point can't be an excuse. Now, as far back as the year 1999, up to 92,000 male children reported sexual abuse each year. As many as 31% of the male children under the age of 18 years experience, molestation in Nigeria. Now, so if it was cool, to hug and kiss every child out there, then why are people, should I say, frown against the likes of, foreign superstars like, say, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, that also sort of, should I say, had some sort of relationship with, underage, women and children. Now, in all of this, Simi still failed to see the problem. She sexualized the kids she had access to. Instead, she went around the issue to justify her actions. Now, if men can be punished, or people generally can be punished for committing the actual crime, now what stops the persecution of false rape accusers? One shouldn't be encouraged over the other. Now, to the husband, Adekunle goes, sexualizing women, is another conversation. Now, from his past tweets, it shows that ladies are not safe to sit in a modest way around him because he hates when they sit and their legs are closed. Also referencing another tweet where he said he loves vulnerable, defenseless girls. Now, that's pathetic, I must say. Now, I end by saying Simi's failure to apologize and own up to her past actions has put her family's business out there. And like they say, pride comes before a fall. Now, this is a typical example of her not owning up to her past mistakes. Instead, trying to gaslight everybody to say, I still stand by what I said. It's not about what you said. It's about how you said it. And having a bigger platform, your social media, being a celebrity, your words go farther than the next man who is just a normal Nigerian. Now, bear in mind, there are some men that were accused of rape last year. When they were accused of rape falsely, it trended way beyond, what people could actually control. Guess what? When they were proven to be innocent, that same energy was not restricted, to sort of, should I say, redeeming their name. Now, that's where people have a problem. You can accuse someone of falsely raping you, but what happens when it's actually false? There is no damage control. Like, that person would definitely do that for the rest of his life. That is the problem here. It's not about saying, women get raped. Men too also get falsely accused and also get raped. Why are we not having a conversation now, sort of having a balanced playing field and just having, you know what, I don't care about what you guys have gone through. Keep quiet, and it's all about the women. That's why people have a problem with Simi.
100%.
Now her husband is now dragged into it all, and it's just a mess around the family.
It's very, very
Now
big
he has
mess.
to come out and speak up for his old tweets.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Speak up. I'm not sure he's going to speak up. He's not speaking at all.
Well,
And the wife should have just kept quiet or wait till the police confirm the story before tweeting.
but the kind of old tweets Adekunle has, I would hope he speaks up personally as a fan, because.
What does he want to say?
You said something. What were you typing back then?
What's the best thing to say? I'm sorry.
Yes.
At least I want an apology.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Which the wife has refused to do.
Yeah, you should do it on the wife,
Can't
on
do it
behalf
on
of me
behalf
and
of the
mine.
wife, no.
We are sorry on behalf of the Gold family.
The Gold family. All right.
Well.
Gold standard.
Oh, there you go.
It's time for